Just a quick reminder that it's coming up on the 50th anniversary of the Kennedy assassination on November 22nd, 1963. Still reverberates through most of American culture and everything else, especially that particular generation. Things have really... A lot of people can arguably say that America has gone to shit ever since then, because essentially the military-industrial complex won. And we know goddamn well the government fucking killed Kennedy. And there's more and more evidence as time goes on to corroborate that most people believe, which is obviously the truth, that there was a conspiracy. And that there was a second shooter and he was in a grassy knoll. The Zapruder film clearly shows that the fatal headshot was from the front, not from the rear. I mean, bad enough that Oswald managed to get shot through his neck. He wouldn't have been able to get a second shot off that quick and that accurately. Not with that particular type of rifle that he had. There's just no way. So, but and some of the bullshit that they're doing down at Dealey Plaza now, letting people go into the Plaza 50th anniversary, dude, that is sacred ground. I mean, that's essentially, you know, the place where Christ was crucified. That is essentially very sacred land for most of us here in America, because the fact that Kennedy was our president for the most part. He proved to be our president as time went on. And arguably the last real president we've had. Reagan started off good, but after he got shot, he started changing his tune a little bit. And many things that he was going to take down, he ended up backing away from. However, the executive order abolishing the Fed and returning the ability to coin money back to the Treasury still stands. So Kennedy's legacy still lives on in many ways. But we're starting to see many things that Kennedy did, he was actually acting out for the people, so it's pretty good. Okay, just a couple quick things. On music levels, just looking through some of the magazines, things like this, I don't know how Rolling Stone has managed to actually survive all these years. I don't. They suck so bad. They had to change their format to a normal magazine because, you know, it cost too much to print those oversized ones that they had. But they always had the same regurgitated rock stars on the covers all the time. Nothing against Mecca, but you know, every time Paul McCartney has to come out with a new project, Rolling Stone's all over it, and they got to have this long 4 or 5 page interview and story about Paul McCartney and what he's doing, this, that, and the other. You know, the guy's a legend. I understand that, but God damn it, dude, I'm sick of seeing Jimi Hendrix and John Lennon and fucking Johnny Cash and all these dead rockers on Rolling Stone. I mean, let's call it Rolling Stone what it is. The Rolling Headstone is what they should call the damn thing, because it's always regurgitating all these dead 60s rockers, man. I'm sick of seeing this shit over and over again. Give me a fucking break. But I saw a magazine recently, it was just in Kroger's, the 30th anniversary of Metallica with their Kill 'Em All album. And it's amazing how much the band has changed, but yet they're still regarded as world's greatest heavy metal band. Far from it. They lost that, arguably, they lost a lot of that steam when Cliff died. The core of the band absolutely just, they disintegrated. They turned more commercially, and you can tell by listening to the Justice for All album, it's very cold. I mean, and they put Newstead in his place. Now, arguably, I will say this, the Black Album is still the best mixed album possibly of all time. I mean, that album has got almost the perfect album mix than any other record that you can imagine. And it still sounds just as perfect today as it did, you know, over 20 years ago when it was released in 1991. But Metallica needs to call it a day, man. They essentially they have false advertisement. I mean, their albums suck anymore. They're so goddamn bad. And arguably, I'd be quite honest, I think Megadeth has surpassed Metallica in many ways. They've put out a hell of a lot more albums. They're consistent. In the mid to late 90s, Metallica was really starting to go off the deep end. Or not Metallica, but Megadeth started to go off the deep end a little bit. But I think they found their groove again, because as metal was starting to resurge, Megadeth was always there consistently. And none of that, but Mustaine has come out on many different things, and he's always been, I've always called Megadeth intelligent metal, because of the fact that besides a lot of the intricate guitar work that's in there, still keeping the traditional sound and style from the 80s that he had in most stuff, he always has real thoughtful lyrics, and he's always generally alluded to or directly talked about the New World Order, and I think that's pretty good. So he's come out, and we actually start to see some repercussions against that too, because of the fact that some of his gigs have been canceled on him. So I think that says a lot. So, but you know, and he's formed a pretty good relationship with Alex Jones, so there's definitely some good stuff there. So that's pretty much the end of that. Okay, well, I'm finishing up a couple video projects. The Brothers in Arms video that I shot back in February of this year, it's been edited and it's ready to go, but I haven't played with the new software yet because I want to play with some of the effects and really make the video stand out. It's kind of like what I did with the Anima Grace one, but I don't want to use some of the same effects, so I'm just trying to mess with it a little bit, see if I can come up with some cool stuff and really make the video shine and release it almost in its entirety on cable. So that's pretty good. Okay, so we have a project coming up November, I don't have the calendar right in front of me, but it's November 18th and 20th. We're going to have a presentation about the Federal Reserve at Springboro High School, so that's going to be pretty cool. Show a couple of videos there, give some literature, and talk about some basic knowledge about the Fed and central banking and fractional reserve lending, and hopefully people to understand essentially who our masters could be. But we are the masters of our own destiny. We have to fucking grab ourselves by the balls and start kicking some ass and stop with the bullshit. Start arresting this Federal Reserve chairman. Start arresting all these dumb motherfuckers and start holding them accountable for the destruction of our country. It's been totally subverted through economic means, and it needs to be totally reversed before it's too late. We are about to become Rome, and it's not looking very good out here. Okay, websites. Infowars.com, SpringboreTeaParty.com, TheHMD.com, CFCC.org, CFCCOhio.org. Good bands to check out, HomelandMusic.com, AnimalGrace.com, BillyCarey.com.net, FinTanBand.com, and also check out CrystalViper.com. Kick-ass prog, a lot of heavy metal from Poland. Kind of like Warlock meets Iron Maiden. Definitely some good shit there. Salant Mahath, and hope we don't remember that the last real president we had was John Kennedy, and why we need to remember all the things that happened ever since that fateful day, November 22nd, 1963. Salant Mahath.